Okay, class, welcome to CED 602, Society Issues in School. My name is Javier Valdez, and I will be your professor for this course. So, as I mentioned in the email, if you didn't read it, I do have a little brief bio of myself, so you could go ahead and look at that. It's in video format, so you could go ahead and look at that when you have time. So I won't go and introduce myself, but this is the syllabi or the syllabus for this course. So I will go through the syllabus and mention the books that's required. But before we do that, that's my information there. That's my email. Email is the preferred method of communication for me. I check my email throughout the day. So usually I'll reply to students within 24 hours. So make sure that you're utilizing the email. That's my phone number. So please, the phone number, I would recommend that that's your last resort for communication with me. Again, if you haven't heard from me within 24 to 48 hours, then go ahead and call me. Other than that, email would be the best form of communication. Okay. The book for this class is by, let me see, I can't even see, it's too small for me. So it's At-Risk Youth, a comprehensive response for counselors, teachers, psychologists, and human service professionals. Okay. So you are able to get this book via our NU Text Direct service at National. So make sure you get that book and you start looking at it and doing your readings for that. Okay. The prereq for this class is CED 607, so all of you should have met that. So I'm going to go ahead and skip through all this and go straight to what we want to talk about and discuss, which is how we're going to evaluate you for this course. Okay. So one thing that you do want to understand is that for instructional strategies, read through that, but the big thing here is that there's going to be a lot of group discussion going on within yourselves. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. We'll be doing quizzes for the class, which I'll go ahead and discuss. So we'll have a combination of presentations, open discussions, quizzes. So that just the instructional strategy part just connects that with that there. Now, with your portfolio, all of you should be starting or have at least a working portfolio. Any project or group project or presentation that you do here is able to be added as an artifact for your portfolio. Okay, so that's just that piece there. For practicum, this is a nice, a good one for us. For practicum, we are required to do 8 to 12 hours of field work. Given that we are in a pandemic right now with COVID-19, some schools are not open, and I mean, for most of our schools are online right now. So if you are able to get a counselor to allow you to meet with that counselor, virtually via a Zoom meeting, or if you're able to attend any webinars, with that are related to education, attend any virtual town hall meetings. Town hall meetings. You could also, attend any training that's online. So those would be acceptable experiences, given that we are in a pandemic right now, and access to a physical school environment is not available. So for the practicum, again, any webinar, any virtual meetings, any virtual, board activities or, trainings that may be available are appropriate to count for your 8 to 12 hours, okay? So if you have any questions with that, just feel free to email me and I could give you more clarity for that. So the evaluation. So here we're going to have a combination of assignments. And so we'll have assignments, we'll have quizzes, and we'll have discussion boards. So I'm going to go ahead and go into detail. Okay. with each and every one of those assignments. This is a breakdown of your grades, so an A, A minus, B plus, B, so you could go ahead and look at that. And so this syllabus is also attached to the welcome email I sent today. So this is a breakdown. It's pretty simple. There's 3 discussion boards, okay, for a total of 15 points. So each discussion board will be 5 points. There's 2 quizzes. Each quiz is worth 2.5 points. So you will have a total of 5 points for the quizzes. There is going to be a video social concern presentation. This is going to be an individualized assignment for 25 points. And then there's a school crisis plan. This is a group project where you'll have you'll be responsible in creating a PowerPoint as a group and then presenting that PowerPoint presentation during the last week of class. So that's just the breakdown. And then last but not least will be your practicum essay for your practicum observation or any training or webinar that you attended. Okay, so a total of 100 points for the class. Now, and please, I do apologize for the formatting of the syllabus. I am viewing it via Google Docs, so I will send the syllabus via a Word doc, which should address the formatting issues because it does look a little off. But nonetheless, we're still able to view the assignments here. So discussion boards, as I mentioned, discussions are going to be due Sunday by 11:59 p.m. for that week. Okay, as I mentioned, you know, there will be 3 discussion boards. You will be responsible for submitting an initial post by Sunday and also responding to 2 of your peers by Sunday by 11:59 p.m., which is technically midnight. Okay, this will be every week. So please make sure that you are submitting your discussion boards and responding to 2 of your peers by Sunday of that week by midnight. Okay. Now, this is your practicum assignment or essay, right? This one is due week 4 by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Again, you know, this assignment here is, you know, we're going to have to tweak this assignment given that we're not able to actually go on campus and observe a counselor or any activities. So, excuse me. So here I will accept and be very flexible with any trainings that you're going to online, any webinars, any counselors that are able to speak to you over the phone or via Zoom chat. If you're able to connect with someone that's willing to do that, that would be great. You are to submit a log, so please make sure you submit a log. And if there is not ability to get a signature, make sure that you put the name of the webinar or the name of the person that you were speaking to over the phone or attending a Zoom meeting or whatnot. Okay, I do understand that, you know, it's kind of hard to get a wet signature these days. A lot of folks don't have scanners, a lot of folks don't have printers, so I would be very flexible with that. Okay, and these are, you know, this is what I want you to focus on for this essay, so I'll go ahead and let you look through that. There are, you know, certain points that I do want you to address, but this is a reflective essay, so again, reflection means there's no right or wrong. Okay, so a lot of students will ask me, Professor Valdez, what's the page requirement for this? I don't put a page requirement because some students feel like, you know, oh my God, I have to just write to write. I usually give, you know, some guidelines, and for this paper, anywhere from 2 to 4 pages. But again, if it's 2 pages, that's great. If it's 4 pages, that's even, you know, that's great as well. Any more than that, I think it's just overkill. But I don't have a paper, you know, a page number assigned to it, just because I don't think, you know, for a reflection, I don't think you know, there should be one. But if you wanted some guidance, 2 to 4 pages would suffice for this assignment. Okay. And so now for the social concern presentation here, each candidate will individually submit a videotape of themselves. So you won't submit a videotape, you're going to submit a link to a video recording that you've done. Okay? Here you're going to be facilitating a 10-minute segment of a class on a major social issue. Okay? Here you're encouraged to utilize a creative approach. So you could do maybe a role play, an activity, you could do a PowerPoint presentation, you could do a discussion that supports your topic. Okay? Again, you could, given COVID and everything that's going on, you don't have to have any participants as an audience. Usually we would have at least friends or family kind of see and listen to your discussion, but given COVID, you don't have to have a physical audience. You could just pretend that you're talking to a class. I'm okay with that. I want you to be as creative as possible and think outside of the box. The video can be an actual presentation. It could be a lesson, a role play, like I mentioned. So just use your best skills and imagination, okay? And so there is a rubric down here to reference. So, you do want to address a description of the problem. So using national, state, or local data. And so an example here that I use is if you're talking suicide, we do have a lot of national statistics, state statistics, and local statistics. So make sure you include that, and then describe the problem. Like, what's so important about this topic, okay? And include different developmental differences related to the issue. So how is this different from, elementary to middle school to high school to community college? How does this issue differ, in different developmental stages? Okay, and then interventions, like if you are talking about suicide, like as a counselor, what are some interventions or strategies that you would use to address this social issue? And then you would do a conclusion with recommendations and include a minimum of 4 references, okay? Which can include research articles, program or agency statistics, or internet sites that you have looked up to research this topic, okay? These are some examples of the topics. You could do suicide, you could do school violence, you could do at risk, you could do homelessness, eating disorders, family dysfunction, incarceration, right? Substance abuse, gang violence. So the options are endless. It really comes down to what you are really interested in addressing a social issue at the level that you want to address it to, and at the classroom level. So think of yourself as actually coming into a classroom as a counselor and addressing a social concern that's important to you. Okay. So you will have 10 minutes to videotape yourselves. And so with those 10 minutes, you don't want to go overboard. You don't want to exceed that time, because it just becomes harder to upload that video. And so the students always ask me, Professor Valdez, like, how can you upload the video? What's the easiest? The easiest is just to record yourself. You could do it via a phone. You could do it if you have a webcam. You could do that as well. And what you want to do is just record yourself and then upload that video onto YouTube. That is the easiest and most seamless process for me, to be honest with you. When you submit your video, you just go ahead and submit the link to the Dropbox on the course shell online, and that's all I need. I just look at the link, I click on it, and it links me up to your video. So make sure that you could do whatever you like as far as uploading. The easiest for me and the easiest for students has been YouTube. Okay. And so for this one here, this project will be due week 3 by Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Okay. And I forgot to mention that the reflection paper will be due week 4 by Sunday at 11:59, and that is going to be your practicum reflection paper. Sorry about that. All right, so this is the big one. And in the email that I sent you, I am requiring that you email me back with where you see yourself working in the future, whether that's elementary, middle school, high school, or higher education, community college. I do need you to email me by June 2nd so I could place you in your groups, okay? I'm going to place you in a group based on where you see yourself working at what level, okay? It just makes sense to have like-minded individuals that are aspiring to work at a certain level to come up with a school crisis plan that you could actually take and use in the future. So this here is a big assignment. This is due week 4, okay? And so this will be due week 4, and I do have here, and sorry, I'm gonna make a correction as I'm videotaping this. Sorry, this file needs to be saved, okay. So I do need to correct this. This will be due week 4 by June 23rd at 6 p.m. And the reason I'm saying that is because the crisis plan you will all present as a group June 23rd at 6 p.m. That will be the only collaborative session that will be live because we will be doing presentations. Okay, so that is when your assignment or this assignment will be due. All right, so this assignment here is a collaborative learning-based assignment in which the group will identify a problem, will identify multiple factors that are related to the problem, and determine what information they need to successfully solve or address the problem and provide a unique solution for potential outcomes for the identified issue. Okay, so here the groups will simulate school counseling teams and plan a comprehensive solution to deal with a particular crisis issues. Okay, or issue, sorry. And so here, final solutions will be in the form of a PowerPoint presentation, and again, this will be June 23rd, detailing how the candidates thought through the issue and moved towards a comprehensive solution, okay? And I'm going to be providing more information on this assignment because this is a big assignment, so don't worry too much right now if you're listening to this and saying, oh my God, what the hell does that mean? I will be providing more info on this. Okay, and so here you will analyze data, you will integrate new information and determine and provide needed information, propose a cultural and developmentally responsive intervention or interventions, and documenting how the interventions will be used. Okay, interventions will be graded based on thoroughness and application of class content. So here I recommend that you do utilize the book and reference any research material for interventions to address the issue that you are addressing. Okay, and so here what your group will do is pretend that your group is doing an in-service for your school on how to handle the particular crisis. So use a creative school crisis plan that you will have from your own local district. And so I will provide a sample via email in our pre-recorded session. So I will provide an example of like a plan and the areas and areas that a plan should have. And so the components of a plan. So I will be providing that via our future pre-recordings. Okay. So here's a little template, you know, that I would want you to follow as you present. And you know, this is just kind of like a template, and you know, will be for your presentation. So, you know, in this in-service, you know, you will, you know, share the school level and crises you will address. So that could be your first slide. Your second slide should share any baseline data on the frequency of this type of crisis and why it may occur in your school. And these are some of the websites that provide great data on, you know, you're talking about dropout, substance abuse, suicide, school violence. I mean, these are great links to get information on that. And then your third or fourth slide could be, identifying realistic intervention plans for your school based on the district or campus plan. So here you want to select interventions that address the areas of safety, stability, leadership, right? Prevention of further inquiry, communication with family, school, right? All stakeholders. And support during the recovery period. So again, this here could be your, multiple slides, and I would expect this to be multiple slides because it is a very, big point or area to address. And then for number 4, provide an explanation of the steps that would be taken in this intervention for the school counselor as well as for other key human resources such as administrators, teachers, parents, school, psychologists, okay? And so plans should include objectives, ASCA standards alignments, and needed resources in and out of school. More importantly, please make sure you submit your assignments. So you will submit the assignment after your presentation. One of your group members will submit the assignment to the Dropbox for the grades. So please make sure to include all of your group member participants. Okay? And this will be a 10-minute presentation. Okay? So again, make sure that your assignment is to the point, clear, and that your plan is also, that the plan that you are presenting is clear and to the point. Okay. So in essence, for this group project, the big points for that is that I need you to give me your level of where you see yourself working for in the future. So I need that by June 2nd, 2020 at 6 p.m. And so I will then, once I get everybody's level, I will then email you your group members so you can start working on this assignment. This is a group project, okay? The next thing is that you will just be identifying an issue that could be a potential issue at a school that you're working at, and that's relevant to the level that you have selected to work in. And then you will be providing an in-service that will cover the areas that I just mentioned. Okay? And that in-service will be your presentation. Okay? That in-service will be your presentation on June 23rd at 6 p.m. And just a last thought with this, every single individual should have a speaking part. So I do want to see every group member have a speaking part for your presentation. And last but not least, I mentioned the quizzes. Quizzes are due, and I have to see, always gotta, so quizzes are due. Let me do this here. Due by Sunday midnight. I should say 11:59 to be consistent. Okay. Okay. So quizzes are due Sunday by 11:59 for that week. Okay. And that is pretty much the syllabus. You could go ahead and read the rest, but that is the syllabus. And I do, before, I know this is going over 20 minutes, but I do want to share the link, the course. This is the course. It is, these are the calendar, the syllabus will be under the announcements. So the syllabus will be on there. I will also email you the syllabus. But if you look at the week 1, for week 1, you are responsible for these learning objectives. There's a little introduction here, a 2-minute introduction of the course. And these are the readings. So again, you are responsible for chapters 1 to 3 for this week. And then your group work, okay? And so this is where I'm asking you to email me what level you want to work in so I could get your groups going and you could start working on your project. And then this is the content, the PowerPoints for week 1. And then our discussion boards for week 1. And again, I have the due dates down here. And then there's a video for week 1. And then there's your quiz for week 1. And I have the due dates here. So everything should be in alignment with the syllabus and what is on the course shell. So there shouldn't be any issues with that. And that is it for week 1. That wraps it up. It is 25 minutes. And so I will go ahead and stop here. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I do look forward to working with you all. And I will be doing our second recording for week 2 sometime next Sunday. And I will be uploading that and emailing that to you all by the second week of the course. Okay? All right. Thank you and have yourselves a great weekend, and good luck on your first week of class.